Welcome back to Comics, to Hot Comics TV on Starstruck by Elaine Lee and Michael Kaluta. Now, I've been a fan of this since the Epic Comics. I know that this was published prior to Heavy Metal. Magazine had published this beautiful body of work, and Epic took it, then Dark Horse did its run of things. So and then IDW has done the following printouts of comics, obviously. So anyway, so I've been following this series for quite a while. And it's beautiful to see this at this scale because you can sort of see the dimensions like normal floppy, and then you get this nice size book, which is hardcover, UV printed, and quite the production for it. Now, Elaine Lee did this theater play back in the early 80s. Or late 70s. I can't remember the premise of, the time when this was conceived. I would say that it's late 70s because Elaine Lee was or is a theater producer, writer, director, and actress that would have done that work back then. And I think at that stage Michael Kaluta was around in the same neighborhood and sort of saw what they were working, and I think he helped out with the production of the advertising process for the marketing of the theater play, and he did this sort of like Art Deco throwback to old posters from the early 20s of like theater plays. And that was the style that sort of got embedded onto the comic book strip. And this sort of floated around for quite a while. And Michael Kaluta was sort of saying to Elaine that she should make this into a comic or turn it into a comic. And that's what ended up happening after the theater play, because she was the one that created all of these. And anyway, long story short, now many years, many decades later, this collection has been finally put together. And we're able to sort of see and appreciate the artwork at this scale. And now I'm a bit of a stick in the mud for coloring, especially for the coloring process of comics. And yeah, so anyway, having said that, and it had to be glossy paper. Look, hold on. Just adjusting the light. I'm sorry about that. I hate doing things like this, but the light is just gonna fudge the reflective paper that we have here, and I want to get the best out of it. Anyway, having said everything that I have said, this is a new coloring process that I had applied to this, and it's quite elaborated. One of my gripes that I have with current reprintings and republications of things is that the color can be a bit distracting from the original work. But in this case, I'm not going to sort of take it to task because I know what they're trying to do, and I guess it's for a new audience. It's not for the people that sort of have been following this. They're trying to attract as many people as they can, and I think the color is being done by Lee Moyer. Yeah. So they even calling him painter on this. The original color palette was very flat colors. From what I remember, like even the heavy metal, which I got, but I cannot bring that out now. It would be too much to sort of go through it, and I'm not gonna go through this as in detail as I should be. See, I love this. That's Elaine on her theater play days when she did this. And I think her sister was the other one of the other characters, Brucilla. So yeah, I really do love these, and I would have loved to see that they had done these publications on maybe on a European vein of coloring. Maybe that would have been the way to go about this, but they went with this other color palette that Moyer went through with this. So anyway, at some stages of this, it feels a little distracting. This is very reminiscent to the heavy metal. I remember seeing these, and I was sort of doing a comparison, but I'm not going to do that right now. Anyway, this is a space opera, operatic like story where it's a satire as well, where all of these events are happening, and Galatia is the main character, and her half sister is it's her antagonist. Galatia just goes into these adventures in this gigantic space universe where humanity's conquer the universe, I guess, or the galaxies, and they're traveling around it. So yeah, and she comes across with like all of these type of trials and characters. It explains how she's I think she gets a scar on her face. Yeah, there it is, and that's her mother. And how she was becoming a rebellious child as well. That's her half sister. So, and how she becomes like in a cyberpunk sort of setting. So she becomes a rebellious teen, and gets caught, gets sent to these sort of prison, escapes. And again, her sister is being a total bitch to her. Anyway, she's going through the trials of things, and then she gets, I guess, adopted by this Amazon-like tribe, and she becomes like Adamus, like a huntress-like character. Yeah, the work of Michael Kaluta is absolutely spectacular. That's the draw for me in here, and yeah, I didn't want to talk about this, but like the color, I think is a bit too distracting for my liking. Everything could be a little bit more. It could be muted, and the colors are just some of the selection of the things are just. I don't know. Yeah, this is like the Holy Trinity. Elaine's having a jab to Christianity. And Galatia just steals their ship. So it's quite cool, the premise of the story. If you want to step away from science fiction that and wild action and violence, this is probably, I mean, this has violence and has action, but it's a little bit different, and it's also very satirical, so it's quite cool. Highly recommend this because of the art of Michael Kaluta. Michael Kaluta is one of those top comic book creators, artists, illustrators that don't come around too often. The workload that he does is quite cool. This is my problems. These are my problems. The coloring. Don't need to make it muddy, dark, again with this, I don't know. And also airbrushing effects of lighting. See that? I think the ideology is like to try to make it like a photograph, but it's not that. It's a comic book. I've seen these. I think the first time that I saw it was from the Dark Horse publications. No, I'm lying. It was the Epic ones and Heavy Metal. So yeah, this is when Galatia, I think, meets Brucilla. I like the concept of these characters. I like the idea, the ideology. I like also the lack of reverence and the satire behind it all. It's quite cool. Like the concept is very, very, very cool. So this book has a run of, I don't know how many books, but then they cut it short after the girls escape. So that's that cover. Again, it baffles me, the treatment of this. Again. Okay. And the floppies had a bunch of little information like this. Information cards. Here we go. We got them all here, I think. Giving you the spiel about the universe, about what happens in the universe, the politics, I guess, and all the characters and things that are sort of like transpiring in this universe. That's the family tree. Now, I was aware of this, but this was, I wasn't expecting this. So yeah, the kid version of the characters. I was expecting this book to have literally the whole run of the comics, of the floppies. And these are photographs from the play, from the original play. So that's Elaine back in the day. These are new photos. I don't... Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, right, the original covers. Okay, that's awesome. That's Kaluta doing this. That's quite beautiful. Yeah, that one. Okay, so that's that cover. And this one, yeah, I think. Yeah, you can sort of see that this paper just went out, and also the way that I got them were like pretty mistreated. These comics, they were in, you know, $1 bean sort of thing. Anyway. So there it is, Starstruck, by Elaine Lee and Michael Kaluta and Lee Mayer. I mean, I sound horrible when I'm criticizing the color, but I'm a bit of stick in the mud about this. I'm going to mention that as well with other collections that I've seen that they've been compilated recently with other franchises, other series of other characters. Because I don't know, I have my problems with modern coloring as well. But anyway, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and all those good things. Starstruck is such a beautiful series. So yeah, anyway, there it is. Till next time, have a lovely day. Bye bye.